Hello everyone! I'll be discussing the next topic, the portrayal of gender roles on media in modern times, from screen to reality. There is no doubt that media is one of the most persuasive and powerful of the many influences on how we view men and women. People in the United States spend approximately in their daily basis 4 hours watching TV, 3 hours on mobile devices, and 2 hours on a computer. This is important because if media is one of the most persuasive influences on how we see men and women, how are we interpreting all this information? Gender is a term used to refer to the social categories of male and female. It is important to differentiate it from gender identity, which is one perception of oneself as psychologically male or female, and from gender role, which refers to the expectations that go along with being male and female. I claim that we should teach people, especially our children, how to analyze and question how media addresses gender topics. In order to let them evaluate it objectively, this would allow them to have a better sense of how their gender has been developing and can allow them to differentiate themselves from what media are portraying versus what their social context expect from them. According to the cognitive developmental theory by Colbert, there are 3 stages about how our gender is being developed. The first one is gender identity. Here the child recognizes that they are male or female. The second is gender stability. Now the child understands that they are going to be male or female when they are older. The last one is gender constancy. This is the stage when the child understands that the cosmetics change will not alter sex. For example, a girl wearing jeans is still female. Now, let's take a moment to discuss the encoding and decoding theory to better understand the relationship between gender and media. Stuart Hall developed the communication model encoding and decoding in television discourse. His main goal was to establish the relationship between the sender and the receiver. He explained 2 terms, encoding and decoding. Encoding is the sending of a message so that another person can understand it. It is important for the sender to think of his or her audience and how they will interpret the message. Also, have in mind that there can be some distortion when the message is received. On the other hand, decoding is defined as how effectively someone can receive and understand a message. This includes pictures, emotion, or even body language. It is considered a successful process when the decoded message is exact as it was encoded. Having these theories in mind, I think it's very important to teach our children about gender roles and what is socially expected and how media portrays it. And this could be a big challenge, not only by maintaining our activity in the topic, but also managing their social context and the content they've been seeing on the media. This by itself could be very confusing for them. One of the biggest challenges are how they are decoding the more information about gender portrayed on media. Some of the topics that should be addressed on class are gender binary and gender intersectionality. The gender binary present the ideals of masculinity and femininity as something to strive for, leaving out everything that does not fall in this dualism. On the other hand, gender intersectionality points out the multiplicity of masculinities and femininities. My concern is if our children are spending more time on media, and if the information they are decoding about gender isn't accurately to their reality or context, that could represent a difficulty in their cognitive development. Discussions about intersectionality will help students understand that men and women are not 2 homogeneous groups, but rather a combination of unique individuals that experience different limitations and privileges based on different characteristics. Because of the social changes we're facing and how our traditional social values are evolving, it is important to be aware of these terms and how they are shaping our society. Friesen pointed out that there is a danger in reinforcing the gender binary in the act of discussing problematic representation of masculinity and femininity. That's why education is the best key to have better decoding of the way gender is portrayed on media. The media is facing some challenges about representing gender and pleasing everyone. But moving away from media representation of gender, it will be more effective if we teach our children in our school and home how to challenge and interpret the content they decode from TV, movies, advertisement, and music. Probably this will help them through their cognitive development and let them feel more comfortable. Also, this can help us build a more respectful society and promote more acceptance with gender spectrum. To have better understanding of this topic, future studies should address how children decode media information about gender in cartoons, video games, TV shows, movies, and how that influences their cognitive development. Thank you.